minutes past 9 o'clock, and I welcome to Monday Breakfast Ray Summers from Neighbourhood Watch. Good morning, Ray, and welcome on this holiday Monday.
Good morning, Peter. And how did we draw? We drew a public holiday last year.
I think we did too.
Yeah, and I still haven't received my pay for that extra working on a public holiday.
I will investigate that for you. I can't guarantee you'll get anything, but I will investigate it for you.
Thank you. You'll let me know about this time next year.
Yeah, quite likely.
Now, listen, we're not going to talk about football.
No.
Well, North has got a little glimmer, but we won't say any more.
Yeah.
Sad about Juddy and his knee,
shame.
but at 31, I think he ought to retire.
I think he should. He's reached the age where his body is going to recover more slowly, and that's the time that those injuries start to last, not only through the rest of their playing career, but long after
Absolutely, and he won't be able to go and play bowls if he's got a crooked knee.
that. Not without one of those sticks to drop the ball.
pick up. No, that's not on.
No, definitely
But I tell you what, I have decided I'm going to barrack for Werribee. That's North Melbourne's VFL team.
Okay.
And I thought you could follow Box Hill.
Okay, yeah.
Both having more success than North and Carlton.
It couldn't get any worse.
Anyway, my thanks to Peter Alford for taking my spot last on the third Monday last month.
He did a great job. He did a great job. He said afterwards, anytime. So watch out, Ray. Your job could be in jeopardy.
Little does Peter know that I'm rather pleased about that. He likes it. And with the public holiday, I'm here suffering from a bit of hangover or whatever it is, but my wife has been celebrating her birthday for the last month.
Oh, well, that happens when you're 21. It only happens once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime. So we gave Sofitel a bit of a belting yesterday.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, nice venue.
Yes, and before I left this morning, my rellos who are up and stayed overnight, I've got them up, so the fan club is listening, all four of them.
Our listener base has multiplied several times.
Yeah. But look at the crowd outside.
Yes, get back.
It's unreal. Anyway, so if I get that extra pay, I will be able to pay my birthday accounts.
I promise I'll do what I can.
Thank you. Peter, some things I want to tell you about, or tell your listeners, I should say. The other day we had a crime prevention activity at Forest Hill Shopping Centre. We went along, organised by the Box Hill Crime Prevention Officer. We visited Forest Hill Chase, the car parks on all levels, and delivered a police flyer to all vehicles. The flyer was just placed under their wiper with the police badge up showing on the top, reminding drivers to lock up, put valuables in the boot and close the windows. We covered over 700 vehicles in 2 hours.
Well done.
And I found out where there are car parking spots at Forest Hill that I didn't know about.
No, that was a big plus then, wasn't it?
That
You
was.
might want to draw me a map of those later. We go up there frequently to the cinema.
Yes.
Yeah.
We always go to Balwyn, my wife and I don't get lost.
No, it's an easy location to find, I agree.
But anyway, one driver was a bit grumpy. He reminded us firmly that it's illegal to put notices under wipers on windscreens, even from the police.
Is that right?
Yeah, so we quizzed our prevention officer, and she just laughed and shrugged her shoulders. She just says, poor fella.
Well, that would make it illegal for parking inspectors to put tickets under.
No, I think they're exempt.
Damn. I'll have to rethink that whole thing.
Anyway, we can't please everybody. So that was we enjoyed our exercise. It was a beaut morning, but someone's not happy with us anyway.
Oh, dear.
Now, here's what's been happening in Whitehorse, and this is up to the end of May. 40 residential burglaries across the city of Whitehorse. No suburbs are spared, and there was an increase in commercial burglaries. More offices and that sort of thing. Light commercial. Popular items taken, laptops, audio equipment, cash, all the common things. 44 thefts from motor vehicles spread across Whitehorse, particularly tools from tradies' utes on job sites, laptops, phones, etc. 15 thefts of motor vehicles spread across Whitehorse, also targeting shopping centres, sporting venues and stations. Thieves are now using scissors to try and turn on the ignition and opening door locks with screwdrivers. And the scissors are broken off in the ignition, which is giving the connection.
That's a bit annoying.
And I thought back to my days. I was able to start my car with a little screwdriver. Didn't matter about the keys. You just put the screwdriver in, turn it,
That's right.
and she worked.
That's right.
Someone was telling me about they've got one of these push-button systems in their car. As long as you got the keys in your pocket, they can't beat that. I said, you just take the wires out of the back and put them together. It does the same thing.
You know a remarkable amount about this, Ray.
I told you that I used to use a screwdriver.
Yeah, but how much more do you know? You're starting to worry me.
Well, once I was at Mitcham Railway Station, I think I was, and this lady was locking up her car, and I explained what we were doing. She was asking, Anyway, I said about she left the ring of her GPS on the windscreen. And I said, you've got a GPS? And she said, how do you know?
Oh, dear.
I said, well, there's the ring of it. I can see that.
Yeah.
And I said, and what's more, it's under the front seat, isn't it? The driver's seat. Have you been in my car? I said, no, but that's where 90% of them are put.
That is so true.
And the people who want a GPS know that.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. So we're all habits. We put it in our secret hidey spot under the front seat of the driver. And that's where it is.
That's right, unfortunately. Yes, people, the big giveaway is that ring on the windscreen.
Yes.
So jolly obvious.
Yes. Yeah. And if you get the sun, it's just about got neon lights around it.
That's so.
Now we have and there was 47 thefts of handbags and sporting bags, that sort of thing, taking wallets out of them, particularly out of football change rooms, any of those sporting facilities. And the real message, please lock up.
Lock up. That's right.
Now, this is a message from the police. Keep a lookout for a suspect male seen on 3 occasions at primary schools. Teacher spoke to suspect at Mont Albert Primary School and informed him that he could not take photos with his iPhone, to which he replied that he was a nice man and walked off. Description, male, Asian, possibly Chinese, 5'11", that's pretty tall for a Chinaman.
It is.
Balding, mid-50s, slim build, roundish face. Suspect was wearing a green khaki cotton T-shirt with long sleeves and dark grey jeans. Speech was slurred and suspect may have been intellectually impaired. Without getting bogged down in the fine detail, keep our eyes open.
Indeed.
Yeah,
yes,
and let them know.
Fair warning.
A couple of other things that have been happening in Box Hill. And this first one, this is not me. A routine interception of a car in Box Hill revealed a huge stash of cash and illegal cigarettes. Nunawading Highway Patrol Acting Sergeant David Petty, I met him the other day, said officers pulled over a rental car from New South Wales with 2 male occupants in Carrington Street on May the 13th at about 5:10. The search of the car discovered $87,000 in cash and about 250 cartons of Chinese and Eastern European cigarettes. Anyway, the 2 men were arrested, and now the Federal Police and the Department of Immigration and Border Patrol are investigating the matter. So that wasn't I. Increased patrols in Mitcham, Forest Hill and Vermont area because there's been a spike of residential burglaries. Acting Sergeant Jason Boyce said that the Operation Rooks was a response to a recent spike in burglaries in those suburbs and involved regular patrols in marked police cars. Anyway, the good news is there's been a drop, and as a result, police have seen a drop in the number of burglaries in the area.
Ah, well done.
I suppose the sad news is they've now moved down to Nunawading, Forest Hill and coming to Blackburn and heading towards Box Hill, Mont Albert.
Yeah, they spread, don't they?
Yes.
Get them out of one area and they
exactly
just
move them down.
Yes.
Now, this is important because I had a fire last night at home.
Did you?
With cooler weather already here, firefighters at Nunawading Fire Brigade urging people to make sure that their heaters or fireplaces are in safe working order. The MFB has advised that some fires start due to lack of maintenance of heaters or due to a build-up of dust and lint in the return air grill. People are urged never to start a heater and immediately leave it unattended. People with fireplaces are advised to clean their chimneys and flues every year. Always place a screen in front of the open fire. Never leave anything flammable within a metre of the fireplace, and never let the fire burn after going to bed or leaving the house to ensure ashes are cold before discarding it. Yes, so that's something that appears once a year or comes up with winter.
Indeed, it is a continuing story. And Ray, you didn't have serious damage, I hope, at your home with your fire last night?
No. I kept it in the fireplace.
Oh, well, that was that sort of fire. I thought it was a fire that got out of control. You had the MFB there. I was looking for a news flash then.
Many years ago, when we hadn't cleaned our chimney, we did have a fire up the chimney. And the MFB came and they just, marvellous. They just moved the furniture back and laid out their tarp in the lounge room.
Yes.
And he had a mirror and looked up the fireplace to see where it was.
Oh, that makes good sense.
So then the other guys came along with the water and he told them we only want a fine mist. We don't want to get drowned out. In actual fact, it really was quite small, but you can hear that roar because the wind changes its direction. But that was caused by not having had it cleaned often enough. And, I got off scot-free.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, I only had work for about 3 of them. The other 5 just stood there and looked.
Often timely advice.
Yeah, it is. And sometimes it has to happen to you to remind you what you need to do. Peter, before our time runs out, we've talked about football. I've submitted my claim for increase in overtime rates is to remind your listeners about e-news, and that's due out today, tomorrow, or the next day.
Okay, look forward to that. That's always worth seeing.
Yep. You can get that by ordering a copy on, send an email to Whitehorse at nhw.com.au. And if you want to get full detail of what's been happening in the city of Whitehorse, you can go to our website, www.nhw.com.au/Whitehorse. And the other important thing, I must remind myself, radio next month is on the 3rd Monday.
It is.
And today is the 2nd Monday.
It is.
Do you realise the whole month's going to be out of sync?
It's out of whack. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry I did that to you.
But I am pleased, although we're not on deck next week, Box Hill Hospital's coming to talk in our time.
They are, yes, a research unit from Box Hill Hospital coming
excellent.
to talk about a subject that's close to many people's hearts, I'd have to say.
I would reckon. So important. And what's that exercise that's on at the moment with the Danaher family?
Oh, for motor neurone disease.
Yes, right. Yes, incredible. Yes. The coverage it's been getting and the response.
It has been wonderful, hasn't
it?
Yes.
And what I do like is that I think Gary Lyon from Channel 9 and Watson, Tim Watson, Channel 7, both putting their efforts together.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, so it should be.
Excellent.
Well, Peter, have you got any questions of me?
No, I don't have. I do know that our guest next month, well, at this stage, unless he's called to other duties, of course, will be Senior Sergeant Tim Hardiman, Officer in charge of Proactive Programs Unit in the regions of Whitehorse, Monash, Manningham and Boroondara. I shall look forward to that. I haven't met Senior Sergeant Tim Hardiman. I've met a few people from VicPol over the years.
Sometimes out on the street, other times in the office.
Yes. I have no further comment.
Well, listen, you better ring me early next month to remind me what day it is.
What day it is, I'll let you know. And in the meantime, you go off and finish the rest of your wife's birthday celebrations.
I hope it finishes today.
You can't stand the pressure.
The bank Visa card can't stand the pressure.
Good on you. Thanks, Ray. We'll look forward to chatting next month.
Thank you, Peter.
Thanks for your time. It's 15 minutes before 10 o'clock. This is Monday Breakfast with Peter Cassidy on this Monday, Queen's...